And hello, everyone. This is Elliot Serrano coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. As always, I'm here with my buddy Jose Melendez, who works here at Dreamland Comics. And thanks for joining us again today for another series of conversations about comics here on the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel. So, a couple things I want to say right off the bat. One, we reference Jose's Xena Army of Darkness review that I can't get posted for the simple fact that the video looks like crap. It's really blurry and icky. It's like it looks a little bit like our presidential edition videos that we did at the same time, but it looks worse. So I just
how can it look worse?
It's
a fucking digital camera.
I know something happened. I don't know what it was. All I know is that it looks really bad. So what we will do is, and this is not me trying to censor Jose or anything, because I don't do that. Jose will be restating his review of the book, but he wants to do part 1 and 2 together, which part 2 should be coming out.
He wanted me to just go word for word and try to remember exactly what I said, but we don't do scripted stuff here.
No, we don't do scripted,
because it sounds too phony, and I had actually just read issue 1 before we started videotaping, but now I'll wait, and I'll read issue 2 whenever it comes out, because it's already late. So, I mean, it should have come out this week. But.
Which I don't understand why. But and the other thing, too, just so you know, I mean, Jose's review was not, it wasn't glowing or anything, and I already know it, and we've already put out there that Jose wasn't crazy about issue 1. So I'm not trying to change any sort of perception. In fact,
you're not trying, you're doing it.
Well, I'm taking a page from the Bush administration.
That's good.
Which is going to be over soon, but hey, they taught us some good things. But in any case, so people are asking, what happened to the review? That's what happened to the review. We are going to revisit it in a future segment, just so you know. But I mean, in a nutshell, Jose wasn't crazy about the art. He was so on the writing, and
no, I said the writing was the best part of it, but I thought the art was shitty. So
he didn't care for Miguel's art, but okay.
But whatever.
But anyway, so and then another thing to address a comment that we got when we were talking about Kyle Baker's Special Forces. AngryJoy doesn't like you being positive, obviously.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, AngryJoy. No need to get into who you are, but I mean, just I'm just curious if AngryJoy is of the male or female persuasion.
See, I don't think it matters. I just think that
I don't know. Maybe
people are just watch this for all the bashing that I do.
The bashing,
and I actually, I did that on purpose. I gave Elliot books to review that I really like because I wanted to get his take, because I slam the books that he reads all the time. And I knew if I gave him books to read that I liked, that he would love them, because that's why I read them, because they're awesome. Yeah. And he liked them too. So it's kind of hard for me to shit on books that I really like.
Well, no, but I haven't gotten to the originals yet, and I haven't gotten to the 12 yet. So those are next. But you kind of have a point. You got me dead to rights there. Everything you've kind of encouraged me to read, I have really enjoyed. But then, to another thing, I've already said that our rant on the pricing policy of Marvel Comics, which was not posted here on the YouTube channel under our regular videos. You had to go either to favorites or visit the Comics Waiting Room site to see our video column on that. But if you want to talk about slamming, that was Jose slamming Marvel and me basically lobbing a hand grenade on the bridge leading to a possible career with Marvel, because after that, I don't think they're never going to let me write for them. Never. I told a friend of mine who works for DC about the videos. I said, this is me basically killing any chance of me working for Marvel. They did not disagree with me. They did not disagree with me.
Well, that means it was a job well done then.
Job well done. Boom!
Congratulations, career suicide.
Career suicide. I'm good at it. I plan on toiling in the minors for a while.
That's some other good stuff.
Well, Dynamite's a good company, but I'm thinking maybe Oni Press and IDW. We'll see if I can get some work for them.
Respectable company, especially Oni. I like Oni.
Actually, Oni is pretty good, And then IDW, if I could get on, if I could write G.I. Joe, that would totally piss off my co-writer Brandon Jurwa.
I should do some Doctor Who stuff for them. Man.
Doctor Who? I'm not British is the problem. And I haven't written Why the Last Man or anything like that. Maybe if I did that, they'd let me write Doctor Who. I have a kick-ass Doctor Who pitch, though. That I think is pretty cool. So, and anyway, so that's where we've been before and where we are now. Today, we've got a bunch of other things we're going to talk about. We've got some other books that have come out. And not just as we're going to talk a little bit about movies. Mm-hmm. What was the most recent thing? Yes, the new Star Trek trailer, which has met sort of mixed reviews among the Trekkie nation. As they say, some folks feel like they're really tampering with the Trek continuity, as you say. Have you seen what the new Enterprise looks like? Mm-hmm. It looks way different than the old 1960 Enterprise. And if this is supposed to be the 60s,
I understand that, but at the same time, it still looks a lot more retro than I thought it would look.
Well, it is pretty retro. I mean, they even have the old sound effects from the show.
I mean, yeah.
But do you buy this Chris Pine as Captain Kirk?
I don't know if I have to see him without his shirt off wrestling aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's going to happen. At some point in the movie, probably 5 different times you can fight with somebody and the shirt's going to get torn off.
Shirt's going to get torn off. Because, I'm a big William Shatner fan. And I'm talking about, classic Shatner. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got Tubby Shatner now on Boston Legal, who's still great. But, the classic Shatner, that's... The guy basically exuded sex. He exuded sexuality. You could see him basically...
I was pretty young when that show came out, so I wasn't thinking about that.
Well, yeah. Yes, it's a handsome man, yes. But, I have a feeling that all that really cool stuff that they show us in the trailer is, going to be totally out of the plot. Won't even be a real part of the main plot.
Yeah. I do have to say, though, that trailer looked pretty badass.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of the original Trek. I really, really dug Deep Space Nine. And that's my favorite Star Trek right there. Next Generation, close second. But Deep Space Nine was, my Star Trek show. That show was awesome. So, as long as, I don't know. But that trailer made me want to see that movie.
No, it made me want to. I'm interested in seeing it. I don't know if it's going to be a midnight showing type movie for me. The many Batman movies or even Star Wars.
Only nerds go to midnight showings.
Midnight. Well, hey, Twilight just came out, and you had that movie raking it in. You had teenagers going to midnight showings for that. So
that's so sad.
I don't know if I'd call them nerds. Little teeny bopper girls going to see what was essentially Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you ask me. Light.
It's
Angel. It's Angel is what it is.
To even compare that to Buffy and Angel is such a travesty in this slam.
But that's what most folks are comparing it to.
Look, most folks don't know shit about anything if they're comparing it to that.
Well,
really? First of all, I haven't seen the movie, so I'm just going to badmouth about seeing it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Everything that I've seen...
You happy, AngryJoy? You got your old Jose back.